Charlie was. I knew Charlie from a child. He refereed me in Fairview Park. He's a very good referee. Always very fair, very fair, and he was a friend. His brother, mostly Simon, was a friend of the family's because he used to be with me, my older brother. He came to every function in the house. Simon came to every function in the house. Simon never married. He was worked with his sister. So when they were having this thing out in the Clontarf Castle, in Clontarf Castle, he had to invite a certain amount of people because all the stars were there, all the football stars were there, Mick McCarthy and all the stars were there. So he decided that he wanted to invite people out of East Wall. So we invited Larry Redmond, who didn't come because he wasn't well. He invited me, myself, and he invited Martin Lawler. So Martin says, "Shall we give him something?" I said, "Yeah, I'll give him something. I'll make something." We said, "Great, that's great." So I went along, and I've done this before, the boot before, for other people, for footballers and things like that. So I had the model, so I made up the boot. That's how that came about. I gave it to Charlie. And you see, Mick McCarthy said to me, "Why did you give him a boot? Give you the boot, And I said, "Well, do you want me to give him a whistle or jersey, you know what I mean, something like that?" I said, "Everybody gets international caps, but very few get golden boots." That's how that came about. That's how I was invited to it, because he was a friend of the family's and friend of mine, actually, because I knew him since I was a kid. That's how that came about.
How did you make the actual boot? But is it made out of clay or wax?
The clay, yes. I have a model. I made the clay first, then I take a wax off it. I make a rubber at least, and then I make a wax. And that's how it works. You always have that model. I did the same for a martial arts hand, the fist for the martial arts people. I'll show you that sometime. That's what you do. You make up the model, then you invest it, make rubber, and then you put the wax in, and that's what happens. They let the wax out. That's made out of bronze, polished, and then it's polished, highly polished. Yeah.
And it's smaller than I thought. I saw a photograph of Charlie O'Leary with the boot.
Yeah, it's only a small boot. It's only a small boot you put in the corner. It's not a football boot. It's not a football boot. You don't need that.
So it's for the mantelpiece?
It's for the mantelpiece, yeah. Mantelpiece, the name on it. Put a text on it about it,
The engraving says, "Presented to Charlie O'Leary in deep appreciation for your life contribution to football in Ireland and your home community of East Wall."
That's right. Well, that's what it's about. Just nice.
It was presented to Charlie by a young local footballer, Alan Sattle.
That's it, yeah.
So he's an Irish youth international at Shamrock Rovers.
Yes, he's captain of the under-15s of Ireland, yeah. He's played for Shamrock Rovers. He was very nervous. So all the stars were there. And I took a whole lot of snaps with him, with Mick McCarthy and all them people, and Mick Bourne, and Mick Bourne, two Bournes, Mick and Pat Bourne, they were there at the table with us.
Was he happy with his golden boot?
Oh yes, he came to me and told me about it. He said he was delighted with it, and that he was happy for it. He couldn't believe that he was getting something like that. I mean, generally these present to these fellas. I said it about FAI was presenting with a glass thing, I presume, and you know what I mean. I said, with this, well, he liked that. He said, "I like that, because I had an exhibition in East Wall way back when the festivals was on. And Charlie came to me for one night before the exhibition opened, He said, "Joe, I've never been to an exhibition in my life. I didn't think it was for me." And I brought him around and talked to him, what was on the wall. And he enjoyed it. People think that art is not for them. Art is for everybody. But there's too many artists talk at people, don't speak to them. And that's the problem. Too many artists dismiss when you see, I like when people say to me, "That I didn't like the idea of that." I say, "Well, that's all right. That's you. You know what I mean? I have no objection to people telling me in a proper manner, in a proper constructive way about peace, But when people just come in and dismiss it, you can't dismiss it.